What destroys a man who prays all night? What ruins a soul, known by angels and honored by people? Is it sin or something deeper? This is not the story of a man who never knew Allah. This is the story of a man who forgot Him. One step at a time, a man who wore piety like a crown, and in the end, bowed to Shaytan. His name was Barcissa. His story is not just a warning. It is a mirror to every heart that thinks it is safe. Before we begin, subscribe to QissaVerse, because this story is not for entertainment, it's for awakening. Stay with me till the very end. Now, listen carefully. Long ago, there lived a man. His name was Barsisa. And in his time, he was the greatest worshipper of Allah. He lived in isolation, in a monastery, far from the city, far from people, far from temptation. He prayed by night, fasted by day, and spoke little. To the people, Barcissa was a saint. They pointed to his mountain and whispered, "That man is beloved by Allah." He was known for miracles, for answered prayers, for a face so full of light, it humbled the arrogant. Even the jinn kept away. Even the devils avoided him. For years, Barcissa lived like this, until one day, the whisper reached him. In a city, 3 brothers were preparing to leave for battle. They had one sister, young, noble, beautiful. They feared for her honor. Who would protect her while they were gone? Who could they trust? Then, a whisper came to them. "Take her to Barcissa. He is righteous. He will never harm her." They hesitated, but the whisper was persistent. So they climbed the mountain and stood before the monastery. Barcissa was surprised. He refused. "I cannot be responsible for a woman. It is not safe, not wise." But the whisper came again. "You will be rewarded. You are not like other men. You are strong." So he agreed. She would stay in a house next to his monastery. He would leave food at her door. No contact, no words, only silence. At first, it worked, but one night, he heard her crying, alone, afraid. The whisper came again. "Comfort her, speak to her, from behind the door." So he did. One sentence, then another. Then a daily conversation. Soon he spoke from the window, then from the room. Then he sat beside her. And one day, he looked into her eyes too long. She smiled. He smiled. And the whisper said, "You are not sinning. You are helping." Until he touched her hand, then her face. And one night, the one who prayed more than all men fell. He committed zina. Broken, dark. The next morning, Barcissa sat in sujud for hours. He wept until the ground was wet. "Ya Allah, I have fallen, forgive me, forgive me." But the whisper didn't leave. It waited. And soon, she came to him. "I am pregnant." Barcissa was shaken. He paced the monastery in panic. The whisper said, "You cannot let this destroy you. You must hide it." So he hid her. No one knew until the child was born. Then the whisper said, "Now, it's too late. you must kill the child." Barcissa resisted, but fear overpowered him, and he did it. He buried the child in the forest. But the woman wept, screamed, refused to be silent. So he took her life too, and buried her beside the child. Then he returned to his prayers. When the brothers returned from battle, Barcissa met them with downcast eyes. "She fell ill," he said. "I prayed for her, but Allah took her soul. I buried her behind the monastery." The brothers wept. They thanked him. They believed him, and Barcissa returned to his prayers. But peace never came, because Shaytan was not finished. That night, each of the three brothers saw the same dream. A man appeared to them and said, "Barcissa has lied. He betrayed your sister. He murdered her and her child. Go to the base of the monastery. Dig." They awoke in horror. They rushed to the place. They dug with trembling hands. And there, they found the bodies. Their hearts shattered. Rage exploded, and Barcissa was dragged from his cell in chains. The people gathered. This man, once honored, was now cursed. The judge pronounced the sentence, death. Barcissa stood, shaking, tears on his face, chains around his wrists. And in that moment, Shaytan appeared, not as a whisper, but as a man. He stood before Barcissa and said, "I am the one who whispered from the start, but I can still save you." Barcissa cried, "Save me, I'll do anything." Shaytan smiled. "Prostrate to me, once, and I will free you." Barcissa looked up to the sky, then down to the earth, and he fell to the ground to prostrate to Shaytan. But before his head touched the dirt, Shaytan laughed and said, "I am free of you. I only called you, and you answered." Then he vanished. Barcissa was executed. He died, not just as a sinner, but as a disbeliever. Allah revealed, like Shaytan when he says to man, "Disbelieve." But when he disbelieves, he says, "I am free of you. I fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds." Surah Al-Hashr 16. This is not just Barcissa's story. It is the story of every soul who thinks they're safe. Shaytan does not destroy you in one day. He destroys you slowly, with small sins, with harmless steps. First, just look. Then, just speak. Then, just sit. Then, just one moment, until the mountain of worship collapses in a single whisper. Never trust your own strength. Fear the first step. If this story shook your heart, type Astaghfirullah in the comments and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to QissaVerse, where stories wake up the soul.